Hey guys, RB here. Welcome back. I believe this is video number 9 in the series where we are restoring a 1946 Gibson garden tractor. So, kind of changing things up a bit tonight. I had some other things I wanted to do, and I decided to go ahead and push those out a little bit more. There's one thing I need to do to go ahead and get things ordered and stuff. So I decided we'll go ahead and do this tonight. I'm a little bit too tired to be wrenching on things tonight. So we'll work on some other things. Keep the power moving here. So tonight what I need to do is I've got behind me here all my nuts and bolts that I've taken off the machine, and they need to be replaced. Bottom line, they're not even worth cleaning up to try to resalvage. I'll be ahead to just go ahead and get new bolts and do it right from the get-go. So that's what I need to do tonight, is kind of go through and take inventory of the bolts, and that way I can get new bolts ordered. Yeah, and that's where we're at there. So this might be a little educational video. So let me go ahead and get set up, and we'll go ahead and get started here. All right, so we'll do a little lesson here. So on bolts, there's diameter, which is the thickness of the bolt, and then there's the length of the bolt. And the length is important in this aspect. When I go to order new bolts and stuff, I need to make sure that I get the right length. And I've seen a lot of people cut short because they measure the whole length of the bolt, and guess what? There's that much that's just not available on the threads. So I thought I'd print this out and just kind of give a quick diagram. When you measure the length of a bolt, it's actually from the back side of the head to the tip. That's your length. That's what you want to go for. So here's a good example of what I need to replace. And on that, let me see if I have, that one doesn't have one. See if we can grab one with good thing here. So this bolt right here looks like just a little over 1.5 inches, 1 3/4. We got 1 3/4 bolt. This one here will also be 1 3/4. So it's key, actually a little bit longer. Yeah, 1 3/4, we'll call that. It's a little bit tricky on carriage bolts because of where the head is. You would think that you would measure it from here, but you actually got to measure it from the back side of the stop there, because you got to figure this goes down inside of a slot. So that's what I'm going to do tonight, is go ahead and measure out bolts. Now a couple things that I'll be doing. So to measure the bolts, I got a couple different things. I just got a regular drill bit size indicator, and this works pretty good because you can go through and kind of figure out what size holes are. So like this one here, I know that that's a 1/2 inch bolt, fits smoothly. This one's really tight, and I'm not going to find a 31/64 bolt in the store. So 1/2 inch for that one. So that's how we measure that. If we come across the bolt that's too big for my indicator, I have my digital caliper out here. And of course, it must be the camera. My battery's dead. But I've got another battery. I can get one in the house. But you can also use this too. You can put it on an inch and then go ahead and open it up, and you can measure it that way too. So those are the two things we'll be doing. I got a lot of bolts to go through. As you can see here, I've just been collecting bolts. Now usually when you do a restoration, it is a good idea to get out the baggies and label them and stuff. But in this instance, I knew I was going to have issues with bolts. Whatever ones I didn't break, it just seems like they're just not in very good shape to go back on. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to basically take inventory of them. I got my notepad and pen, and yeah, as I measure it out, I'm going to put it down, and then we'll just tally them up, and then that'll give me a shopping list. And I am seeking a vendor. I may have a vendor lined up that's able to help me out with this, and we'll just see what happens. So anyways, come along for the fun. do. Got all the bolts inventoried. Yeah, so that's a good thing. Next, we need to go ahead and do the nuts, the lock washers, and the washers. So let's continue on doing the same thing. Okay, so we got through the lock washers. Quite a few. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 38 lock washers. Okay. So we'll go ahead and do the same thing with the nuts. Nut-wise, I think I'm going to go ahead and kind of sort out just a little bit. So I got to get some oversized nuts, smaller nuts. So yeah, just sort them out. Like I said, we're not going to throw away these, but you know, they definitely should be replaced. So that's what we're going to do. Start with some new hardware on this thing. That way we get nice and tight. We know no one's going to get hurt on it. Noticing a couple more of the 1/2 inch lock washers. So we'll just go 1, 1. Takes us up to 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay. Alright, castle nuts all look like they're in good shape. I'm not going to worry about those if I have to run to the hardware store and get some locally. I'm not going to trip about that. So these are for the back hub, these are for the front hub, and then I'm not exactly sure what these ones were for. I think they were on levers and stuff, and they may not be needed. So we'll just make a note of it there. What we do is put them up here. Okay. These two were for the hub. They're scored pretty bad. I think I'll go ahead and try to replace those. So inside diameter, yeah, we're at 75, so we'll call these 3/4 inch. 3/4 inch ID, and then outside edge, uh, 2 inch. The studs for one of the wheel brake units, and I mean, they're hammered. So I did order some. They were supposed to be in today. Didn't make the shipment. Go figure. So they'll be here tomorrow, and we'll get those replaced. I hope I got the right ones. I went with the Era GM because it's a GM rear end, and I did a 46. So they should be the right ones. We'll know about the teeth grip. These look like they were fairly close together. There was 2 different types. So we'll give that a try, and we'll get those replaced. Alright, working on the frame today, getting the rest of it tore apart. So here we go. Alright, so not much left here. I'm getting ready to fire up the torch and cut all this extra stuff off and get down to the frame rails. So, and then this is the only part that's going to need some repairs. All right, and like that, this is what we're left with. So we're working on that cross piece right now, getting it cleaned up and welded back up together. All right, guys. So I've got this soaking here with some more parts cleaner. I've gone ahead and scrubbed on a little bit, and it's in pretty good shape. I'm thinking the easiest way to get all the parts cleaner off of this is going to be to use my pressure washer. However, I haven't gone through this yet this year. Go ahead and do the tune-up on it. When I put it away this fall, it was having trouble building up pressure. So I need to go ahead and stop what I'm doing here and go ahead and do a quick tune-up on this thing and just verify. Hopefully the pump is still good on it. It's been a great machine. I've had it now for 8 years, and it's been very, very trustworthy. So, yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's kind of brushed on parts cleaner on this thing, and I think I'm at the point now to where I could probably wash it off and then go ahead and try to primer it and see where we're at. So yeah, that's what we'll do. All right, guys, so it's the next day. Yesterday I finished going ahead and getting some degreaser all wiped on this thing. So today we're outside here. I'm going to use the pressure washer, which I had to get going. Which I got going. We're going to use it and give this a quick pressure washing and just clean off all the cleaning supplies. That way it can sit in the garage and dry off. And we should be about ready to go ahead and start throwing some primer on this thing. So we're going to fire that up and get this done. All right, gave it a quick washing, got all the soapy stuff off of it. So we'll go ahead and move this back towards the garage now. I'll probably pull out the leaf blower and see if I could dry off some of the water before I put it in the garage. Hey, look at that. So yeah, that's the next step. All right, guys, so we got her all washed up and dried off, and it is in on the workbench here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get out the acetone and just kind of wipe it down a little bit, just to get whatever residue might be on it off. And then we'll let it dry really good. And then I think we can probably get it painted this weekend, and that'll be good there. We got some other things going on. So I've actually got like 3 different videos of different things going on at the same time here. So I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work out, but we'll make it work one way or another. So hope you're enjoying this. I'm sorry this process kind of got a little bit slow. Like I said, it's been busy last couple weeks, and there's just always something going on. Spring is here. So we're just going to progress on with this. Yeah, and it should start to go back together fairly quickly here.